Hey guys, what is going on? Teo Vanu here, and I just want to shoot this really quick video. Now, this is one of my students right here. His name is Jay, and basically he's at, you can see here, $11,550. And this is from October 8th. Okay, this is inside my private mastermind group where you can basically go in and watch videos and actually get all the training that you need in order to get your Shopify and your Facebook ads working correctly. Okay, this is Jay. Jay has made $11,000 using my strategies on scaling and using lookalike audiences and retargeting on Shopify and on Facebook. Okay, now Jay started about 2 months ago, and Jay wasn't even breaking through the $1,000 day mark, and he just hit October 8th, okay, you can see this, October 8th, he just hit $12,000 in sales, okay? And now, let's go back a few days ago. A few days ago, Jay was actually at 5,000. He hit his first $5,000 day right here, okay? You can see here, this is $5,000 in one day. He started way back in August when he joined our mastermind, and look at what he's up to right now. He's able to do this from our scaling strategies on how to actually break through the $1,000 mark, break through the $5,000 mark, break through the $10,000 mark. Okay, now the video that I'm about to show you is basically a very simplified product launch video. This is how you basically go in and launch products on Shopify. This is how you find the right products. This is how you find the right niches. This is how you build a store. This is actually how you write the ad copy, how we actually go out there and launch our first ads. Okay, you're going to get a ton of value out of this video, so I highly encourage that you pay close attention, you take lots of notes, because what you're going to learn is what basically others have been teaching and paying thousands of dollars for information on. I'm going to give you all of this for free. Okay, in this video you're going to get for free. This is one of my videos out of the many videos that I have on my mastermind. We have right now, we're currently up to 27 sessions of advanced Facebook ads strategy training. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you have any questions. Put a comment in the comment box below, and I look forward to helping you out.
All right, awesome. Welcome, guys. Session 23. Okay, and in this session, I'm going to be covering basically just to recap. Okay, I know quarter 4 is coming up very quickly, and a lot of you guys might still have the same questions, and you have uncertainty in terms of product launching, product selection, and we're just going to go over that again. Okay, we go over multiple videos on product launching, scaling. We did a series on scaling. Okay, the past like 5 to 10 videos, a series of scaling. Now I'm going to go through the most important steps here in terms of making actual money online, is the product selection. Okay, like I mentioned to you guys before, product selection is going to be the #1 determining factor whether or not you're going to make 6 figures, 7 figures, or even 5 figures, right? Monthly, weekly, yearly. Okay, so product selection is very crucial. We have members on here that can testify to that, right? I mean, we have members on here who have made 6 figures on just one product alone. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is, I have here hurricanes opened up. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to recap and cover product selection. Okay, and so I'm just going to go through these steps very quickly. So I have a store here. This is kind of just a test store. No sales on it. Well, a few sales, I would say. Just a test, right? But yeah, so one sale here, and he's already fulfilled. But basically, this is a test product. This is a test store where I'm going to find a product out there, add it onto the store, create the ads, and hopefully even by the end of this webinar, we have about an hour, 2 hours. By the end of this webinar, we might even see some sales. Who knows, right? Well, let's see. So what I'm going to do now is, product selection, right? Going back to product selection, you guys should have a list of products within the product research sheet. So let me just pull it up here. Product research. Okay, who in here does not have the product research sheet? If you guys don't have that, put it on the Slack group, and I will invite you to this product research sheet so you can go over it with me. Eileen, woohoo, I'm on time. All right, awesome. Great to have you on, Eileen. We have a whole bunch of people on here. I'm surprised. We have a good number here as compared to our late night sessions. Okay, so let's open up our product research sheet here. If you guys don't have this product research sheet, let me know, put it on the Slack group, and I'll get you on. But this product research sheet, okay, so I mean, no one else has this except for us, right? So let's pull this up. So let's open this up here, make it big, nice and big. No one else has this except for us, and I did briefly go over this a little bit in our previous sessions. But basically, I have a guy working full-time just adding products all day long for you guys. Okay, this is something special that I prepared for you guys. We're up to 2,162 products. Okay, that's 2,162 products on this product research sheet. So if you guys are, trying to find products out there and you're still stuck, you don't know where to go, this is what you should do. Okay, you should go over to the product research sheet here and take a look at some of these products that we have up here. Okay, so for example, let's take a look at one right here. I'm going to type in fishing, and I'm going to see if we can find anything for fishing. Okay, catfish, fishing bait. Okay, it's only got 17 shares, so I want something more substantial than that. Okay, I'm looking for the shares. So right up here we have our shares and comments. Okay, so let's try to find something more substantial to that. So we have one right here. Let's see what this is. Okay, I've already selected a product, but let's just take a look at some more products that we can add onto our product launch sheet here, onto our product launch strategy. So here's another one right here. Okay, looks like another fishing hook. All right, so let's open this one up right here, and then let's do like 3 or 4 products that we're going to launch today. Okay, let's do this one right here. Looks like it's the same video that I chose, and let's keep going until we find at least like maybe 2 more. There's one right there. Okay, and then let's do this one right here. Let's see. Oh, it looks like a hoodie, so we have to actually design that. So we're not going to do that right now. Fishing rod. Oh, this one looks good. All right. Let's try that one. Okay, and let's take a look here. Okay, so looks like we have 26 results, right, for fishing. Not bad. Noticing that all these fishing products are all hot winning products, right? I mean, they've been tested. That's kind of gross. They've been tested. They've been vetted out, right? 3,000 shares, 13,000 likes. Okay, this was last year. So if it worked last year, it can still work this year. Now, what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for something that can be a winner. Okay, here's a fishing shirt, June 24th, 2016. Possibly, right? Possibly. But I'm looking for something that I can work with right now. Okay, this one right here, August 4th, which is like last month, right? 3,000 likes, 1,400 shares. Let's take a look. I'm pretty sure, I think that's the same. Yeah, that's the same exact product I was going to do. Okay, so here's another one right here. Okay, 3,000 shares, 1,300 shares, 3,000 likes. Okay, so this is good. This is all good. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take this product that I've chosen, and I found that this product here can go onto AliExpress, and it can also be a free plus ship product. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So we have here other products that we can choose as well. But 1 million views, look at that, 14,000. So this one here has gone viral. I'm kind of curious what this is. Okay, automatic fishing rod. So let's see what this is. So it looks like it's okay. So it's like an automatic fishing rod where you just kind of put it out there, and you can grab fish or whatever. It just automatically pulls them in or some deal. Okay, so this was promoted back in March. Okay, so not too long ago. But what we're going to do is I'm going to choose this one, just because I found this one, and I know that this could possibly a free plus ship offer because of the AliExpress price. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over here into AliExpress, and we're going to type in a fishing lure frog. Okay, head over and click on orders. Now, if you guys have any other questions in the meantime, I will also go over them as well throughout this training. But I'm going to try to get as many products up and running and launched as fast as possible today, okay? So this way, by the end of the webinar, we can see if we have any results in any sales. You'd be surprised. We can get sales as like pretty quick, depending on how fast we launch, right? So I'm trying to find this particular product here with this little frog deal here. Let's see. Actually, give me 1 second. I think I might have that link here. Let's see if this is it. Yep, this is it. So here it is. Let's actually put it here. Okay. Boom. All right. So $2.72. Let's see what it will cost. ePacket with ePacket $1.55. So total is $4.27. It's going to be very difficult for us to do free plus shipping, but we can do it just to get our just to get our pixels up and running. Okay. So we can see here September 13th, 14th. All right. The 8th. 7th, okay, so there's still sales, right? It's still making sales every single day. So that's a good sign. So let's see if we can actually get this cheaper. Okay, sometimes you might find the same exact product in a different store for a lot cheaper. If not, then we're just gonna have to use that. Okay, so we're gonna scroll down. Okay, I see one here for $2.13. Here's one for $1.87. All right, and here's one for yeah, we can't really do that. Okay, so let's take a look here. We have here for $1.87, and with ePacket is $1.76, so $3.63, a little bit better. Okay, a little bit better margins there. So $3.63. But one thing I also want to take a look at is the number of orders. Okay, and what people have said about them. Because you want shipping to also be fast, because we don't know this supplier yet. But what we can do is we can also give them a chance, right? The supplier has been open for 6 years. They have all kinds of fishing supplies compared to the supplier that we have here, which has over 1,000 orders, and he probably has a better rating, right? Yeah, so there's a better rating on this supplier. Usually we want to look for the diamonds on the supplier. So if we can find any diamonds, that'd be a lot better. But there's not any diamonds. So the number of diamonds is based on ratings. So the more diamonds that you have, the more ratings that you have, and the more positive ratings. So those are the more trusted suppliers versus suppliers that are kind of just brand new. But you'd be surprised actually, you can still do very well with them. All right. So let's see. Give me 1 second. Okay, you can still do very well with them. So what we're going to do is we're going to try this supplier out. Okay, so I'm going to open this up, import list, just because we have, better margins, and we'll actually make more money. Actually, what we have to do here is we have to open up fishing, go to apps, and then we're going to go to Overlow, and then so we have this opened up. Okay. Now that we have that opened up, we can import this. Was this the one? No, that wasn't. It was this one. Okay. So let's try that. Open the import list. Here it is. Okay. Now we're going to put it inside of our collection. Okay, so this is a fishing lure. Okay, so I've already input the collections here and everything inside of my store. So we're going to call this fishing lure. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to find like another catchy name, right? Limited edition, or the only, or the best, the world's best fishing lure. Okay, something that's really catchy. So what we're going to do here is we're going to kind of take a look at the ad, and let's see what they're doing here. Okay, frog lure set. Looks like there it is right here. Okay, frog lure set. So it's kind of like a boring name, right? Frog lure set. What I'm going to do is I'm going to improve the name by calling it Let's close out some of these. The world's best fishing lure. Okay, that's an opinion. All right, someone can say that this is the world's best fishing lure. So we're gonna say fishing lure and insert the tag fishing lure. Okay, and inside the description, we're gonna work on this afterwards. Now the price, of course, we're gonna change it because we're gonna do free plus shipping. Okay, so price is 0 and normally priced at maybe $27.97. Okay, go to our images, and what we're gonna do here is we're going to add some more images. So the images that we don't have, we're going to add them here. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys still might even struggle with this step with product selection and things like that. But if you do struggle with product selection, always just go back to the product selection list. Okay, so where do I have that there? I think I might have closed it. But if you are struggling, always go back to this list here. Okay, because this list here, you can find all kinds of products and find winners as well. I had a student earlier this week, and he spent like $8,000 on a single product, right? On a single product, singular product. And basically he was like, hey, Teo, how come it's not working? And I take a look at his store. I'm like, the reason why it's not working is because your product, right? It's not your store. Your store is okay. It's not your Facebook ads. Your targeting is right. But it's your product. He tried to push $8,000 worth of ads into this one product to only make like less than $1,000 bucks. And he was wondering why. Now, the number one reason is because he fell in love with this product. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, never fall in love with your product. That's the worst mistake you could ever make, because you're going to spend thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And then you're going to find out, like, hey, why is it not working? Like, it's the obvious answer to that is just your product. Your product is not working. Okay, so don't try to push something to people that are not going to want to buy. The less you push, you're going to find out that the easier it is for you to make sales. Okay, so you have to be less pushy on Facebook. People hate to be sold on Facebook. Okay, so you have to have less push and more value. Okay, more value, less push. So what I'm going to show you here is this product here with the fishing lure. Okay, this is a fishing lure or whatever it is. So we changed the variants. Everything is good. We have the product description, the name, the title, images. Simple, right? Boom. Push to shop. In a few seconds, it should be on our shop. What we're going to do is we're going to head over to our products, and we're going to type in that fishing lure. Okay, the world's best fishing lure. And what we're going to do is we're going to say something like this. Now, what I like to do is I like to try to find something on Google for things you did not know about fishing, okay? Or fishing, things you didn't know about fishing, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask a question. And this question is going to kind of relate back to the fisherman. It's going to go back into the empathy map, right? What they're thinking about this product. Now, when I'm thinking about a fishing lure, I'm thinking like, yeah, I want to catch as much fish as I can, as fast as possible, right? Things you didn't know about fishing lures. Let's see if we can find anything like that. Best fishing lures every angler should have. Okay. Let's try to find something that can pose a question. Now, this question is going to be important because it's going to make people stop on their tracks and actually click on your link. It's going to increase your click-through rates. Okay. Things no one tells you before you take up fishing. Okay. All right. Here we go. Did you know that the best time to go fishing is early evening? Okay. So that'll make them stop in their tracks, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, go into our fishing product. Okay. We're going to pose that question there, and we're going to say something like this. For a limited time only, we're giving away, let's say 2,000 of these fishing of the world's best. Actually, we're going to capitalize that. The world's best fishing lures. Okay. We're going to say grab, just pay for shipping while they last. Okay, and we're going to say tag a friend who would love one. Okay. Now that we have that, what we're going to do is we're going to add some emojis. Okay. So the purpose of the emoji is on Facebook, you get blinded with so many different ads, right? So let's take a look here. If I were to go on my Facebook right now, okay. Like if I were to go on my Facebook right now, I'm not sure if you guys can see this. Let me just scroll down, grab my, okay, so I'm not sure if you guys can see this, right? But if I take a look at my Facebook, oops. Yeah, if I take a look at my Facebook, right? There's like so many different ads. Like you're just blinded with ads, right? Over and over and over again. Just so many different ads. And so what you want to do is you want to capture their attention using emojis. So when you see like a bunch of emojis pop up, you're thinking a bunch of things. You're thinking that a lot of people like this. There's lots of likes, there's lots of shares, lots of comments, right? That kind of incorporates it into your ad, even though you don't have all those likes, shares, comments, etc. By having those emojis, people are trained, the minds are trained on Facebook to automatically just take a look at it and see what people are saying. Okay, kind of like this, kind of like the whole mentality of this. If you were to create a line, just a line of people anywhere, right? What's going to happen is, even though you don't know what's at the end of the line, people will just automatically just jump in line, even though they don't know what's in the beginning, at the end of the line. And at the end of the line, you know, there's a guy saying that, hey, there's nothing here. People actually jump online to find out what's happening, what's going on. You know, you see this huge line, you're like, you want to know what's going on, so you just jump online. Same thing here, right? It's kind of like bandwagoning. It's almost even propaganda. You just like bandwagon off like what other people are liking, etc. So that's the whole reason why we put the emojis on here, is so that we can get people to stop right away and say, oh my gosh, like what is this? What's going on here? I want to know what this is, right? So that's the whole reason why we do that, and the reason why we kind of just flood it with emojis. Okay, so within the questions, I like to use this thinking meme. Okay, it works really well. So we're going to put that right here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so I'm going to put 3 right here, space it out a little bit. And the world's best fishing lure. Okay, so let's see if we can find something for fishing pole. Okay, let's try that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Actually, it looks like you can't really see that as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to use something like tropical fish. Okay, tropical fish, and then just pay for shipping. So what you can do is you can use like an airplane. Okay, copy that, put that right there. Okay, and then tag a friend who would love one. You know, type in friend, and usually what I like to do is I like to use the little heart. Okay. Now we're talking about, you know, fishermen here, people who like fishing, people who like the outdoors. So you kind of have to, you know, feel them out. So like, let's use this as well. You don't want your ad to be too girly, otherwise, I mean, there are women fishermen out there, but what you want to do is it's like, you don't want this to be like kawaii type based thing, right? You want it to be like more of like avid country, fishing, etc. You want that feel. Okay, so let's save this. All right, and here, okay, William. So would you change your pixel and ad account when your product didn't work, assuming the niche is different on the new test product? So if it's it's a separate niche from what you've built up in your pixels, then yeah, I would create a new ad account and new business manager as well. That way you can have a separate niche, separate store, separate Facebook fan page, and build up upon that niche. Okay. So in this case here, I have a separate business manager account for phishing. Okay, a separate business manager account for phishing, and then I also have a separate account. I have multiple Facebook accounts, and I have separate accounts for basically each niche. So each niche has different accounts. Okay, so what we have here is the phishing account here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to write this ad. So this ad here is written. Okay, we've written the ad copy. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our phishing page. Okay, so let me pull that up. Let's see where it is. Let's go to our phishing page. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to start up this ad. All right, so here's our phishing page. It's all created, it's all done. So what we're going to do here is we're going to test our ad. So let's go ahead and open this up. All right, so where's this phishing? Okay, so let's go view this first. Okay, now there's a few things that I would like to do in terms of optimizing this. Okay, so you see how the text here is like pretty small. What I want to do is I want to increase the size of this. Okay, so let's increase this to heading 1. Okay, we're going to save that. We're going to go back here and we're going to refresh this page. Okay, so now they know, so on a mobile phone, now they know that they have to pay for shipping. Okay, so we don't want to surprise them and say, hey, it's free, but you got to pay for shipping later on. We want to let them know right away that you have to pay for shipping. It's not 100% free. Okay, so now that we have this right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, hurry only 9 left in stock, and I'm going to change that. So I think this theme here, this particular theme, I have a timer installed, but I don't want that timer exactly. I want my Verify timer. This timer here sucks. Okay, let's go back and let's go to social media. Where's this timer? Product countdown. Enable progress bar. Okay, let's disable that. Save that. Okay, I mean it's okay if you're just kind of starting out. It's okay, but what I like to do is I like to use my Verify timer. Let's remove that. Off. There we go. Save. Okay. Now I'm going to add the app called Verify. And this is one of my favorite apps just because we can modify it and we can avoid false scarcity. Okay, so let me show you why. Now with the Verify app, you're going to avoid false scarcity because you have a cookie. Okay, that cookie is important because when someone refreshes your page and they still see 9 left, all right, that's not going to be very good, right? So you want to make sure that it's installed properly. Okay, so let's open this up. And within the next 15 minutes, oh, hold on. I know what's wrong here. And then within the next 15 minutes here, we're going to be able to run our ad. Now I'm going to add another app here called Review. Now for some reason Ali reviews have not been working as well. So what we're going to do here is we're going to install Review. Okay, so I have. Let me log out of this one real quickly. It's on my other account actually. I have so many accounts. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to add this Review app, and Review actually works really well, surprisingly. I've actually transitioned from Ali Reviews to Review just because Ali Reviews has been going down a lot. And so that's why I went into Review. So let's install this app called Review. Okay, I think you have to log in for this. But let's install this first. Install the Shopify plugin. Okay. Approve the charge. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to also log into RiveView and get this thing going as well. Okay. I'm going to grab my URL here. Okay, how do I download this thing? RiveView app. Okay. I've only done this like a few times, so go to riveview.com. I'm not sure if it's pronounced RiveView or review. My reviews. There it is. Okay, install the widget on your store. Okay, so apparently they have like this whole step that you have to go through. Like you'd have to go through like these steps here. You have to log into RiveView, install the app, etc. But once you go through these instructions, it's fairly easy, right? So we're going to install this new Shopify store here into our RiveView access. Okay. All right. Now that we have that, we're going to install this app. And let me show you the cool thing about RiveView. Okay, so we're going to take our Shopify plugin while that's working. We're going to take our Shopify plugin, and I like to use Simple Timer 3. Okay, and then let's go over and do 34 pixels and save that. Okay, so now our timer is ready. All right, so it's still installing for some reason. No, not sure why. Let's go back to our products here. And what we're going to do is we're going to quickly just go over here and install this this plugin. Okay, manage countdown timer. All right, and then let's go to, okay, now that we have that set up, it's all set up. Okay, we're going to activate our Shopify timer. And I usually do like anywhere between 2 to 3 hours, just because not a lot of people will come back after that, unless you send them emails and abandoned carts and stuff like that. So we're going to do left in stock scarcity. Okay, now I want that number to decrease over time. So let's do 12, and it's going to be a minimum at 2. It's going to stay at 2 forever. Enables cookies. Now this is the most important part right here, enabling the cookies. Okay, because what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our products. All right, now that we have RiveView installed, this is what it looks like. Okay, but we're going to go back into our products here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're going to go in here, and we're going to go to Manage Countdown Timer, or Actions Manage Countdown Timer. If I'm going too fast, you guys can review this video later on in terms of product launch. Okay, now that we have that, this is what it's going to look like. All right, so it's going to show that number decreasing over time. So once it keeps decreasing, it's going to stop at 2 no matter what. So it's not going to decrease any less than 2 because we set it at that. Okay, so if they refresh their page, it's going to be stopped at 2. So it's going to keep going down until it hits 2. Now, the mentality behind this is that you don't want to offer foul scarcity. Okay, foul scarcity meaning that if you refresh this page, okay, it's going to show up as 11. It's not going to show up back at 12. Okay, if you do that, you're going to lose some customers. They're going to be like, hey, this is like bullcrap. It's not like 12. Okay, it's at 11. But if you refresh your page in a different, like for example, incognito, or let's say you're someone else and you visit the page, it's going to go back to 12 because it's a brand new cookie. Okay, but this one right here, 10. Okay, we refresh the page, it's still going to be 10 or 9. Okay, it's going to keep going down. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, like I got to buy it right away, and that's what's going to happen, right? They're going to want to buy it right away. All right. So now that we have that, what we're going to do is we're going to go back into our phishing page. Okay, we're going to write the ad. Now we've already written the ad, so we're just going to copy and paste this here. Okay, boom, right there. Now, the next thing that we want to do is we want to get the video here. Okay. So we're gonna grab this video by doing this. m.facebook.com. Okay. We're going to go ahead and play this video, all right? and save the video. Save it to the downloads. Now, one other thing that I like to do is I like to modify the video. Okay, so let's head over to my favorite video modification app, okay, called Camtasia. I'm going to open up a new project here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust this canvas to about 2000 by 2000. Okay, we're going to adjust that there. Now let's kind of scroll out of this. Okay, and this is what it looks like. Okay, 2000 by 2000, because on a mobile screen, like if we open up Facebook here, all right, you see how small this let's see where it is. Where's my camera here? I have so many tabs. I'm going to close some tabs right now. Okay, you guys can see this little box right here. So the 2000 by 2000, it's actually going to be like twice the size of this. Okay, you see this video right here? It's going to be twice the size of that, and so it's going to show the ad a lot bigger. Okay, so that's what we want. We want to take up as much real estate on mobile as possible. So here's the reason why we're doing this. So let's open up our image. Okay, so, or not our image, our video. Okay, so we're going to paste our video right here. All right, and we're going to try to blow it up as big as possible. Let's see if I can. Okay, without losing any quality. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to just clip. We're just going to trim some of this right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim probably, yeah, this is fine. I don't have to trim anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this video, keep this video here. Let's just make sure it fits inside the screen. And I also want to add some text on top, okay? Let's actually, yeah, let's move that down there. All right, let's see. Great, awesome. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Get yours today. Okay, great. So it looks like we didn't lose anything, right? But now we have this text above right here. Okay, now inside this text, I'm going to add, let's see, annotations. I'm going to add some text here. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, I'm going to call this free fishing lure. Free fishing lures. Okay, and let's kind of just shorten that, make it smaller. And yeah, let's actually make it bigger. So we want to make sure it fits the entire dimensions here. The bigger we can get this, the easier it is for people to read on their mobile phones. When they see this free fishing lures, right, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I need this. I need to get this. So when they see this the entire time, right, the thing that's the same is that free fishing lures, and it's going to just pop right in front of their face. So the next thing that I like to do is I also like to add some music. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to go on YouTube. Okay, and what we can do here is we can go on YouTube and we can search for something like fishing, no copyright music. Okay, so fishing, no copyright music. And so when I'm thinking of fishing, I'm thinking of something like country. Okay, so let's try country, no copyright music. Okay, country hick. Let's try this one. And the music is actually going to be relatable to your product, right? So this one here sounds great. So I'm going to take this link and I'm going to download it. YouTube videos, or yeah, download YouTube video. So what we're going to do is we're actually see if we can download an MP3. Okay, there's a bunch of them out there that you can use. but we just want the MP3. Okay, and then they're gonna pop up with like 11 million boxes here, malware. Okay, so any questions, guys, so far? Put a 5 in the box if you guys are understanding all of this so far. Great, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, good. So the reason why I'm doing this is recapping all of this, okay, because I think some of you guys still kind of, you guys still struggle with this part, and I'm doing this to help you guys out, okay? And this is the most simplest video in terms of product launching, all right? So let's go back here and let's go to Camtasia. Now that we have our music, we're gonna put it right here, and we're just gonna kind of just split it right there, okay? And right here, what we can do is we're going to edit this. All right, we're gonna edit this, and the music, we're gonna mute it, okay? So the only music that should show up is that song that we just played. Can you guys hear this? I'm not sure if you guys can hear this. No, you can't hear it? Okay. Let me see if I can fix this here. Well, anyway, you can listen to it once I put it up. Okay, I'll post a link here. But you guys can listen to it. Now that that's done, I'm going to export this. Okay, and I'm going to call this fishing lure. Okay, head over to documents, fishing lure. Okay, now we have our video, we have our content, we have our ad copy, and we're ready to launch. Okay, and that took us maybe, I don't know, like 10, 15 minutes. Now that we have that, we're ready to launch. Okay, so let's go back and let's let that render here first. While that renders, I'm going to close off some windows here. Okay, close off the product selection window. Okay, there we go. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to launch our ad. Okay, where was it? I just had it here. There it is. Okay, so I'm just going to wait for the video to render, and I'm going to launch the ad. Now, right here, I'm going to put the link. Okay, so I think this also, some of you guys still struggle with this part, is you don't know where to put the link. Okay, so let me explain the whole process from A to Z. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to Google. We're going to get our link shortened. Shorten the URL there. Okay, now that we have our link shortened, we're going to put it right here. Okay, so it looks like the video is rendered. So let's open this up, reveal in the Finder. Okay, here it is. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head over to our fishing page here. Okay, and we're going to post it right here. Okay, boom, upload photo. And there it is. Okay, so the last thing is we're going to add this link here. Now let's get one more emoji. Let's call this the right arrow. Okay, now let me explain each step here. Now, the reason why I use 2 links is because you'd be surprised. People are pretty dumb when it comes to like finding the links. They would ask inside the comment, they would actually go in and comment, and they'd be like, hey, where's the link? How do I buy this? Right? They miss one link. But if we group them up together, they're going to see the blue links, and they're not going to miss it. They can't miss it. Right? So this increases our click-through rates. Now, there's a reason why I format this ad just like this. Okay. Now let me show you when we create the ad. When we start creating this ad, you're going to see inside a mobile preview what the actual ad looks like. Okay. So now that the video is done, let's actually close some of these. Well, we're going to keep some of these up because we're going to use those for upsells. All right. So let's open this up, and I want to make sure that my shipping settings are all correct as well. So let's go back. Let's go back to the themes. I think some of you guys also have problems with this part here, is that you don't know how to set up your shipping settings. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to test this out. Okay, edit this. So 0 to 100 pounds is $9.97. So what I'm going to do now that I know that this is 100 pounds, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back to my fishing product here. Okay, let's go back to the fishing. Where is this? World's best fishing lure. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my product here. All right, and I'm going to change this variable here. Where is this here? Change this variable here to 100 pounds. Okay, 100 pounds. Hit save. All right, there we go. And now we're going to test it out. Okay, so we're going to grab this and we're going to go ahead and test it out. We're going to add to the cart. Okay, we're going to hit buy it now. We're going to check out. Okay, now that we know it's a 0, okay, this is good. Now we're going to input our values here. All right, and now we know that it's 997. Okay, so 997 is good. So now we're gonna add 2. We're gonna see what happens when we add 2. Okay, so update checkout 1997. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna see what happens if we add 3. Update the cart, go to checkout, and 29.97. Perfect. Okay, now 4. Update the cart, go to checkout, 39.97. Okay, so that's what I want the most for the shipping price is 39.97. So going back to the shipping price, 39.97. Anything above that, like 40,000 pounds, etc., is going to end up there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add also a limit so that we can limit ourselves to the number of products that they can add. So we're going to use this thing called min-maxify. Okay, now the reason why we do this is let's say someone orders 10 of these fishing lures, okay, and you end up paying your supplier $40 when and then your other costs as well. We want to limit them to the number that they can buy. Okay, so the number here is going to be maximum of 3 per customer. Okay, so we're going to add this product, and we're going to say we're going to try to find world's best fishing lure. Okay, we're going to add the limit, and okay, come on. Okay, oh there it is. All right, and then maximum 3. Okay, publish limits and activate. Okay, prove that charge. And so every time someone tries to purchase more than 3, it's going to, so now that we have this already, let's remove that. Every time someone try to purchase more than 3, it's going to limit them. Okay, so let's try to do this. Update the cart again. Let's go to checkout. Okay, so you must have at most of 3 of this item. So it's not going to let us proceed forward until we have at most 3 of this item. Okay, so if they add another product, it's going to add on to that shipping price. All right, so now that we have everything going for us. Okay, everything's good. Let's close this. Okay, now let's go back to our ad here. All right, now we have our actual ad copy here. Okay, so this is the ad copy. This is our link here, and then you guys can hear the music in the background. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just copy this link and send it over to you guys. Okay, so it's going to be here inside the webinar. Actually, I'm just going to post it on the Slack group. It's going to be a lot easier that way. Okay, so it's going to be in the general chat. All right, so you guys can all see that. You guys can all see that. You can listen to it, but it's basically like a country sounding product, right? Free fishing lures, and you can hear it. And we want to keep the video at 30 seconds because after 30 seconds, we start to lose their interest. We just want to capture them for 30 seconds or even less. Okay, so we did capture them for 30 seconds. But if they scroll down on their Facebook newsfeed, okay, on their phones, they're going to see. So let's see what that looks like. Fishing professionals. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. All right. Let's see the post. Not sure why it's not updating. activity. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually just, I can't find it on there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually just preview it here. Okay, so let's go over and create the ad. All right. Now, any other questions so far? Okay, Mike has a question. Okay, about LLAs. We'll go into that at the end here, Mike. We'll do like a Q&A. All right. So the reason why is because I want to launch this ad so we can get some traffic, and at the end of the Q&A we can see if we get any results and what that shows us. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into conversions, and I'm gonna call this fishing lure. Okay. Hit continue, and of course we're gonna track for only purchases. Okay. Don't do anything else. It won't make sense. Okay. We're just gonna do purchases. It's okay if it's red, just because it hasn't fired in like the past 14 days or so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to also go to facebookads.com/audience insights. Okay, so we're going to copy this, post this right here. So the reason why I do this is I just want to find the age and the gender. Okay, so let's type in fishing. Okay, about 70% are men from ages, I don't want to do 25 and below, so let's go 25 all the way up to even 64. Okay, so 25, 64 males. All right, so let's try to target that. 25, 64 men. Okay, and we're going to remove this expand interest, and we're going to type in fishing. Okay, so that's our first interest that we're going to target. We're going to target more later on, but we're just going to do that for now. Edit the placement, mobile only. We're going to remove all of this and just do the feeds. We want all our money to be spent on feeds, and we're going to do a $3 a day ad. Okay, because we're going to create 10 of these, or even 20, or even 100 of these different ads. Okay, now we're going to call this one fishing, the ad set. Okay, hit continue, and go to existing post, and this one right here, I'm going to go ahead and find fishing professionals. Okay, and here's our ad. Okay, so can you guys see how big this ad is, right, compared to like the other ads out there? Right, it's like double the size, right? Because number one, the actual description is taking up the maximum amount of space that it can, without having it to say see more, click here to see more, etc. Right? And the actual video is humongous. It's not like this. It's not like typically like if you were to do a video, like a regular video, it'd be like half of this, right? But our video is humongous. So this is going to work very well, especially when people are scrolling through their mobile news feeds. They're going really fast. They have that ad blindness, and they don't even see your ad. Okay, so this is how I get high click-through rates. This is how I just even showed you inside the mastermind, right? I had a, let me pull it up here. I had a ROA of $465 just this morning, and I only reached like 5 people. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay. So I had a ROA of $456. So I spent like every dollar I spend is going to make $456. So it spent like 20 cents and made like $90, right? And it only reached 5 people, right? Put a boom in the chat box if that's like if that's crazy for you guys, if you've ever seen that before. Hey Zishan, how's it going? Yeah, early webinar. Zishan's like boom, Viri boom, Mike boom. Great, yeah. Ray boom boom boom. Sam boom. Is that a t-shirt or a product? It's actually a product. It's not a t-shirt. Max boom, Sam boom. Yeah, so this is what I mean, right? When your ad copy is like this good, you're gonna get something like this. Like it only reached 5 people, guys. 5 people, and I got a $90 sale. How intense is that? Like 20 cents spent, right? Now imagine if you did this with every single one of your ads. How much more effective are you gonna be in terms of creating your ad copy? Very effective, right? And of course, I know that ROA is just like temporary. It's going to go down eventually because over time, Facebook's going to keep sending traffic and might send junk traffic with buyer traffic, right? So it's going to water it down a lot. But this just shows you that this type of ad works really well, okay? Because look at this. It's like the whole entire, like, you look at your own ads and tell me if you can see an ad that's bigger than this, right? I'm just kind of curious here. Okay, boom, Larry, boom. Okay, Is that a lookalike ad set? No, this is just a regular ad. I'm just creating this. This is like a brand new pixel, fresh everything. Okay, I'm just creating this from scratch for you guys to see. Oh, the lookalike ad set. No, that was a brand new audience as well, Zishan. It wasn't a lookalike audience. The $465 ROA, that's actually a brand. What I'm doing right now is what I did with that 465. Okay. Shashi is boom. Awesome. Is that after your pixel season? No. This is a brand new. So this, you guys are talking about this, right? This is a brand new pixel, brand new store, brand new product, brand new ad, brand new Facebook page. Okay, everything is brand new. The only difference is I created 100 ads. Instead of the 10 ads that I'm telling you to do, I created 100, so 100 times my success rate. Sam, please explain vaguely what product this is. So this one right here, I'm just going to say it's a product that's retail and price point is 30 bucks. All right, I'm just going to say that. All right, great. So this is what I'm doing right now. The same exact thing that I did to get this, okay, I'm doing exactly the same thing here, okay, but this is the most important part right here. Now I'm kind of curious, how many of you guys actually did not know about this, did not know about how big you can actually create the ad? How many of you guys did not know about like the actual sizing of the image, the actual sizing of the video? So Renaud, Teo, would you recommend to edit an ad that is already launched in multiple ad sets? No. Do not do that because you're going to reset your entire algorithm. Instead, create a new ad. Okay, go out there and create a new ad inside of your Facebook page. There are people out there that create multiple ads every single week because what happens is you have your entire Facebook page, right? So before we talk, I want to launch this just so that we can get some results here. Okay. So no, I would not recommend that you do that just because you're going to ruin your pixels and you're going to reset your entire algorithm. Always launch a new ad and even launch new campaigns. Okay, so we have here one campaign, the fishing lure, and this one ad set. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do something that you guys might not even have thought about. Okay, so I'm going to go into the Power Editor. Okay, and I kind of broke Facebook the other day because I created like 400 ads at $300 to $5 each, and Facebook was like, hey, you can't do that, it's like too much data, like can't compute, error. So I didn't end up doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to duplicate it 10 times. Now let me show you the mentality behind this. Okay, you can do this 10 times, you can do this 20 times, etc. Actually, I'm going to do this 9 times because I already have one of those. So I'm going to duplicate this 9 times. Sam is like, wow, awesome. Zishan, shoot, I missed that part. All right. Sam, you did not know. Okay, so how long did it take to make you 400 ads? It took me maybe about like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to edit just one at a time. Now, you can edit the entire thing at once if you want to change like 1 or 2 variables. If you want to change like the ad budget, or if you want to change like the age. This one right here is going to say multiple interests here. If you want to change any of this. So I'm going to change this to 1-day click. Okay, so I want 1-day click because it's free plus shipping. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to edit this one at a time. All right, so I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go into fishing. Now I'm going to click suggestions, and it's going to give me all the best suggestions based on this is what you also, AKA back in the days, right, called what is this called? Affinity Score. So what we're going to do is we're going to go fishing. Now we have fishing interest. Now we're going to do fishing behavior. Behavior. Okay. Now we're going to do fishing behavior. So it's a totally different targeting. Fishing behavior. Okay. And then we're just going to go down the line here and create these ads very quickly. We're going to do recreational fishing, and I'm doing this based on Affinity Score, aka Affinity Score back in the days. Now it's like Facebook has kind of just made it super simple for all of us marketers to just go in here, click on the top one, and that's the best one related to the previous one. So Fishing tackle, okay, this one right here is going to give me affinity score based on fishing tackle, okay, fishing lure. Okay, the next one is going to give me affinity score based on fishing lure, the next one that I edit. So Facebook has gotten smart, I think the past few months, and they just recently did this here. But it's a lot easier for us now to just do this, right? Fishing reel. That was based on affinity score. Okay. Back in the day, you'd have to have like software, you'd have to have all this other stuff. Now you don't really need that. All right. Fishing hook. You don't need like Quaya, you don't need Adspresso, you don't need any of that. Fishing rod. Because right here you have more control as well. Okay. Fishing rod. And later on you can actually teach fishing line. We didn't have that yet. Later on you can actually teach a VA to do this for you. Okay. Fishing line. Now here's a cool thing I never taught you guys. Fishing float. Alright, so we're going to do all this right here, okay? And we're going to save that. So we're going to review all these draft items, hit confirm, okay? Now it might take Facebook some time to actually just go in there and approve all these ads and start traffic to them. But hopefully it's already 1 o'clock. Hopefully by 2 o'clock at the end of this webinar, we're going to be able to see some results, some sales. Hopefully, if it evens some sales, actually some add to carts, whatever it is, right? We're going to try to see that. But what I want to do now is this is what I haven't taught you guys yet. Okay. So we have here our campaigns, fishing lure campaign. I don't want to select everything. So what happens here is, let's say we get a sale. Okay, so we get a sale in fishing hook, and we know this is like a really, really hot seller. It's like fishing hook, we're getting sales, 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 or even fishing lure, we're getting sales, sales, sales. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, the one that has the best results, okay, and I'm going to duplicate that even more. I'm going to duplicate it another 10 times. Okay, and what that's going to do is that's going to give me affinity scores based on fishing lures. Okay, so let's go ahead and just edit this one at a time. Okay, that's going to give me affinity scores based on fishing lures, fishing tackle. Okay, so you want to make sure you don't have the same fishing tackle. We already did that. So you kind of have to have like really good memory, or else you're going to have to just keep going back here. Seeing what you did not do, did do. Fishing hook, fishing line, fisherman. Okay, so let's do that one, fisherman. And then what we can do is we can also target like various fishing companies. Okay, and we'll do that here in a second. Here we're going to do fisherman. We're going to do now based on fisherman, it's going to give us the next one. Fishery. Okay, not sure, but we'll try it. Fishery. Okay, seems fishy to me. Pun intended. And then we're going to go, we'll try fish, okay? Fish. Okay. And note, guys, I don't know anything about fishing. Right? I have a New Jersey fishing license, and that's all I know. Right? I haven't even gone fishing yet. Let's try angling, okay? All I'm doing here is I'm just testing this, okay? I'm just testing this because what I do know is I know that this works. All right. Fishing lure, and then let's try bass fishing. Okay, that might be one. Let's try that. There's another one right here. And then we're going to keep going until we run out of ideas. We'll never run out of ideas. Just because the number of largemouth bass, okay? Just because of the number of angles that we can do, okay? Largemouth bass. I know for some of you guys this might be like the most boring parts, but it's actually the most lucrative parts. Because what I'm doing right now is I'm digging for gold. I'm constantly digging and digging and digging until I find something that makes me sales, right? Now, I also know what's going to happen. Like, once I release this video, like fishing niche, but trust me, the more unique you get, the easier it is for you to be able to make sales. Okay, so I know some of you guys that you guys like to just try out these same exact angles, same exact everything. but you never know what other products are actually working out there. There's over, like I showed you in the product research sheet, there's like 2,000 different products you can try out, right? So go ahead and try that out. Okay, I'm only doing this for fun. Okay, and then let's go and let's try I love fishing. Okay, let's try that one. Okay, so now that we have that, what we can do is we can actually start targeting like fishing companies. Okay, so we have here 20 different ad sets. Okay, we're gonna run all of them, $3 a day. We're gonna go all the way up until we get 100. So it's running at $300 a day. So within 3 days, we're gonna 100 times our success rate. Okay, instead of waiting like 10 days for the entire thing to happen, I'm gonna wait only 3 days. So this example here is more of an aggressive strategy to launching ads, to launching Facebook ads. Okay, this is like super aggressive right here in terms of launching ads and doing all that stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep this up. I'm gonna refresh this, and if once Facebook starts up their ads, starts up the ad for this. Okay, 6 views, 1 person reach. I'm pretty sure that's some of you guys. But once Facebook starts this up and the ad is running, we're going to be able to see some data here. Okay, and of course, if we run 100 different ad sets, we're going to see data a lot faster, like a lot faster. Okay, let's see some questions. In previous Webbies, do you use the Wi-Fi visits? When do you use that behavior? So you can do the Wi-Fi. I've been testing it without. Okay, the previous months, and it's been working without. So, I mean, try it out. You know, I used to do that before, and it worked really good because I had really low CPA rates. But then I tried it without with my lookalike audiences, and it worked even better. What do you mean Affinity Score? So Affinity Score, back in the days, there was this thing where Facebook will rate certain interests based on the other interests. Okay, so I'm pretty sure they still have it here in Audience Insights. Okay, so in Audience Insights, they have this thing called Affinity Score, and these right here, these are they would have a score like 2,000, 3,000, 1,000, etc. Now, the higher the affinity score, the more closely related that interest is for this keyword, aka interest here. Okay, so fishing, most closely related. Next thing is country comfort. Okay, firm foundations, tenured proprietors. Okay, outward bound. And then we scroll down, production, okay, the job titles, what kind of jobs that they hold. Transportation, okay, installation, construction, government employees, okay, all kinds of stuff like that. So that was back in the days, they had Affinity Score. Oh, right here, Affinity Score, okay. So Berkeley fishing, very closely related to that, okay. Ugly Stick, instant hunting, Apple Creek. You can try all this out, okay, but the way I like to do it is I like to do it based on Facebook suggestions. Just because Facebook is the all-seeing eye, like it knows everything. All right. You can also try this as well. You can try these different magazines and companies and things like that. That's the next thing that we're going to do actually, is we're going to go ahead and try these companies here. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, and sometimes you can also just click on it and you can see what's happening here. Right. You can see the number of engagements, number of likes, number of comments. Now, I mean, who has the time to really go ahead and do that, right, through all these different pages? Not a lot of you. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to take a look at number of likes and shares and number of comments, you know, just to kind of gauge whether or not this might be a good interest or not. From the looks of it, it doesn't look like it's like crazy amounts of like engagements and shares and comments, right? I mean, I have an outdoors hiking page that has literally like thousands outdoors hiking that has like thousands and thousands of likes, shares, and comments without even doing anything, right? I mean, like shares, likes, shares, comments, like, you know, like right here. Here's one, 208 likes, 60 shares, 2 comments, just on an image, right? So what we're doing here is we're basically just gauging whether or not this might be a good target or not. But you never know unless you try, right? So you can't really gauge it based on like, oh, they don't have enough engagements. You have to base it based on the data, the actual data. So what we're going to do is we're going to try some of these different fishing companies here. So we're going to open this up. We're going to duplicate this again. Okay, duplicate another, you know, another 10 times. Now, the reason why I do 10 is because once that 10 is done, it's going to be automatically queued into Facebook so that they can start the ad as fast as possible. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm queuing all these different ads so that they can start as fast as possible, so that by the end of the hour, we're going to be able to see if we have any results, any sales, etc. I wouldn't be surprised if we did get sales and results. Okay, so we're just going to try as best as we can here. Okay, Berkeley fishing. Okay, so we're going to try that. And now the next interest is going to be somewhat related. Okay, so if you guys ever tell me that you ran out of ideas, ran out of interest, there's never enough. You can always go back into your audience insights, go to page likes, and then create, and then go and do this. Okay, take a look at all these different things here, and then basically get suggestions based on the previous interest that you just had. Okay, so Berkeley fishing, if I click on suggestions, ugly stick. Okay, so it's going to suggest me some of the ones related to my previous the previous one that I created. Okay, how many of you guys did not even know this part? Put a 5 in the box if you didn't even know about this here, about the whole affinity score and suggestions and stuff like that. Just curious. Pen fishing, right? I'm just going based on what Facebook is telling me. Okay, 5, 5, 5 max. Okay, good. I'm glad that you guys actually learned something with this. Doug, Reagan, Hendricks. Okay, good. Have you ever run out of angles or ideas for new assets? Yes, Zishan. Same thing here. You'll never ever run out of ideas or angles, right? Because one angle, one idea will lead on to the next one. You can create like 10 more of those. So we're based on pen fishing. Okay, this one right here was based on pen fishing. Okay, so we're gonna go and go for Booyah Baits. Okay, Booyah Baits. All right. Can you guys see why we do this? Why we do so many ads? Now this is a more aggressive strategy. Now you're going to lose money a lot faster, of course, versus the 10 ad sets. But if you can afford to do it, do it. Okay, because what you're going to do is you're going to increase your chances of success. You're going to get sales a lot faster. And it avoids that question that I get almost all the time, like, "Hey, Teo, I got a sale, but yesterday, but today I didn't get any sales. Is this normal?" It's going to be normal because you take a look at this, right? You open up a restaurant. What happens? You either get good days or you get bad days, right? You have people come in sometimes. You have people that don't come in. So it's not like a mystery that you're getting sales here and there, and all of a sudden the next day you have a bad day. It's just part of business, right? It's e-commerce. It's retail. You're online. It's the same thing. But what we're doing here is we're increasing our chances of winning by targeting lots of different things, lots of different interests, and literally bringing in a horde of traffic to our stores at a very cheap cost. Okay. Now the reason why we're doing $3 a day is because it's super cheap. It's super cheap to start. You can even do $1 a day. And then what you're doing here is you're targeting basically a large variety of people. Okay, so you're diversifying your ad sets here. Okay, hit confirm. And I'm going to show you why I never run out of ideas. I'm going to show you in a second here. Zishan, at what point do you stop testing how many winners you found? So at the point of basically what I'm going to do is, typically I showed you guys $300, $400, and you stop your ad right away, right? That's on the $10 ad set. If you're on the that's on your 10 ad sets. If you're on the 100 ad sets, 200 ad sets, 300 ad sets, etc., then you're going to want to increase that budget from $300, $400 to $3,000, $4,000. After $3,000, $4,000, you're going to know what's working. But I only do this for products that I know is going to win, or for products that I want to scale very, very aggressively, very, very fast. And that's the only reason why I would do this. But if I know it's a winning product and I've tested it before, then I'm going to go hammer that thing with like 100, 200, 400 different ad sets and run it until it keeps generating sales. Okay, so the general rule of thumb here is just keep creating more ad sets. Find out which ones are working. Okay, so after 3 days of this, after $900 of this, I'm going to find out of 100 ad sets which ones are working. And I'm going to scale those ones that are working really, really fast. Now the ones that are working, like I showed you guys, what we're going to do is we're going to just duplicate the ones that are working and create 10 more ad sets similar to that based on that affinity score or suggestion, aka suggestion. Sam, how much money do you think it'll take with what you are doing right now? So yeah, like I mentioned, about $3,000 to $4,000. What's your plan on scaling for these ones here? So my plan is, like I mentioned, once I find out the winners, okay, so for example, let's say the top three, let's say these three here have made sales, consistent sales every single day. Then I'm going to duplicate this one 10 times. I'm going to duplicate this one 10 times. Different interests similar to this, and I'm going to duplicate this one 10 times. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so now that that's done, let's actually just refresh this page and see if we have traffic running to it. It's going to take some time, right? Might take an hour, might take 2 hours, depends. Might take, so I just checked my phone, it says my ad is approved. Okay, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and check if this ad has been approved. Okay. So let's go back here. All right. Okay, so it's active, which is good. And everything is active except for a few here. Okay, good. So as you can see, these are all $3 a day ads, and there's 30 of them. So it's going to spend like $90 per day. What I want to do is if I want to scale this out aggressively, I'm going to do 100 ads. Okay, I'm going to do 100, I'm going to do 50 ads, whatever you're comfortable with. So in this case, I'm just going to do, let's do 50. So let's go here and click on Strike King Lure Company. Okay, so let's duplicate this like 10 times. All right, and we're going to find the winners here very, very quickly. All right, so, and this is also the same exact strategy to how I got this, the 456 ROA. Okay, spent 20 bucks, made spent 20 cents, made $90. Okay, pretty insane. So let's open this up. Okay, so now that we have 10 of these, we're just gonna uncheck all of them. Okay, and edit them one by one. All right. So any questions so far on this, guys? You guys are all pretty much understanding this part. Let me just grab a water here. Give me 1 second. All right. You guys understanding this part? Give me a 5 if you are. Okay, so a lot of questions just came in. Okay, so you're not scaling the budgets directly for the winners? Not yet, not at this stage, Zishan. This stage right here is basically just me finding different interests, right? Eventually, after hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of orders and purchases, then I start creating lookalike audiences. And then I start scaling these up based on budgets. Okay, so I'm going to scale them up from $3 a day to 20 bucks a day to $100 a day. Okay, so this here works really well if, let's say, you're on a time crunch, and let's say Halloween is coming up, and you only have like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, right? Then you can launch these like crazy, because of course during the Halloween season, even before Halloween, people are buying costumes like crazy, right? Okay. Phoebe, why do you duplicate 10 times on a winning interest? Sorry, I'm a bit confused. Yeah, no worries. So the reason why I duplicate 10 times on a winning interest is because let's say this one is a winning, right? Let's say Strike King Lure Company brought in a bunch of sales super cheap. So what I want to do is I want to tell Facebook to find, hey, Facebook, I like this interest. Can you go find me some more interest similar to this? They're going to say, yeah, no problem. So all you got to do is duplicate it. Okay, you edit this, and then what's going to happen here is we're going to do this. Okay, now this one is the original interest that we're targeting. If we click on suggestions, it's going to give us suggestions of some similar interests related to this. Okay, so we can see here Tackle Warehouse is the most similarly related to this. The next one down is Booyah Baits. We already did that. Rebel Lure. Okay, so now we're going into company names that I don't even know about. Like I said, I don't know fishing at all. Okay, you guys out there that are doing fishing and you know fishing, you might know better than me. I don't know fishing. I'm just a marketer, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here. I'm going to start using these company names here. Shakespeare Fishing, Tackle Direct. Okay, these are actual fishing companies that have spent millions of dollars on phishing products to get all these different buyers, which you can kind of bandwagon off and sell your products as well. Okay. So does that make some sense there? Does that help there, Phoebe? Okay, you're welcome. All right, great. So that's the reason why we do that. So now we're going to do this one right here. We're going to do tackle warehouse. Not sure if we did that one. Just real quickly. It's now the reason why I like to do them all at once is because I'm going to remember real quickly. So we did tackle warehouse already. I'm going to remember which ones we did because it's fresh in my mind, right? Versus doing this and then going back and creating another 50 like tomorrow. You're not going to remember all these companies. So I remember not doing this one yet. Okay, so unless you have like really bad memory, then you have to kind of just go ahead and check if you did any duplicates. If you did duplicates, that's okay as well. That's actually fine because all you're doing is just the same ad, just different budgets or same budgets. It's just more volume. But of course, it is going to compete with each other as well if you are overlapping. But at a small budget like that, it's probably not going to be overlapping as much. Okay. Z-Man fishing products. Look at that. So 2564 men, 100,000 people out of 150,000 people. Okay. So we have here some really good interests that we can be targeting. And this goes to the question, what do I target? You're going to target a whole bunch of things. You're never ever going to run out of things to target, right? And if you can remember like 100 things, then you can go ahead and target 100 different interests, okay? Sometimes my memory is not very good, and I'm like, oh, did I do this one? And I'm like, I go back and I see, yeah, I actually did this one, and it wasn't a winner. So I had to pause it. So the ones that you did pause, okay, just don't do them again, okay? Because obviously they're not winners. They're not getting you any sales. They're not getting you any buyer traffic, okay? Okuma Fishing Company, all right? So we have all these different, fishing companies out there. There's hundreds of these things. Like literally, like look at this. I'm just going through this list, and there's just literally hundreds of different fishing companies out there. All right, Wired to Fish. Look at that, 849,000. Okay. I think I read a statistic out there that I think like 70 million or something like that Americans go out and fish. Like they go fishing. So it's a huge niche, right? Sports Fishing Magazine. Let's try that one. Now, of course, going back to this, right? The whole point of this is just to build up your pixels, right? Like even though my product costs $4 and I can afford a CPA of $6, I'm just building my pixels because then I can start targeting other things as well. Okay. Fly Fisherman Magazine. So I don't want any of these that have like 3,000, 5,000 people because it's not going to work very well. Okay. Just because once after you hit like maybe $20, you're going to be out of targets. All right. Gone Fishing. Okay, I don't think we did that one. Now here's another cool thing. The ones that are in lowercase letter, that means it's a lot more targeted. So it's more specific. It's like where you have in Google, you have broad and then you have precise. The ones in lowercase letters are actually precise targeting. Okay, that's kind of something cool to know. BassResource.com, we didn't do that one yet. Okay, let's do that one. And I mean, like, look at this. We just created, like, literally while sitting here with you guys, in about 20 minutes, we just created like almost 50 different. Let's go fishing. We created about 50 different interests, 50 different targeting. Okay. There we go. Save the draft items. Hit confirm. All right, so let's see. For these ones, how quick will you shut non-performers off? In 3 days. So I'll shut them off in 3 days, Zishan. Okay, Mike. So you don't press Control D to duplicate anymore? Not for this. I mean, like I realized it was like really tedious. So you can actually just duplicate and duplicate like 10 times. It's like super fast. That's how I'm able to create, like hundreds of different. These sounds like genius. Yeah, that's why I was able to create hundreds of different ad sets in such a short amount of time. Okay. Yeah. So it's funny. Zishan actually gave a good point here. Those companies are basically purchase lookalike audiences, right? Yeah, exactly. Right? So Fenwick Fishing, Rebel Lure Company, right? Let's take a look at them. Rebel Lure Company. Okay, these people here, they spent a lot of money, a lot of advertising to get buyers. Okay, a lot of advertising money to get buyers to their stores. Okay, let's take a look at it. And what we're doing here is we're just targeting that interest right there because it's showing up on Facebook, right? So we're targeting that interest. Looks like they're selling lures here for like, this much. And if they see something, and if one of their customers sees something that's like for free fishing lure, and they see how it works like through the video, they're gonna go gaga over it, right? And they're gonna click on it. They're gonna want to buy it. So that's the reason why we're doing this. We're taking all that list and we're creating a big list of those companies that have already buyers. Okay, are those 60 to 80,000 audiences okay to target? Yes, of course. The reason why is because we're only doing small budgets here. We're only in this testing stage, right? If you start seeing sales coming in, that's great. But if it starts to decline, it's probably because you've reached all of them, or the data is not good, or the audience is not good. So you just have to test either one. When is it recommended to use narrow audiences? Just like what we just did right here. Okay, we use some pretty narrow audiences, like 90,000, 60,000, 100,000 people. So you can do that just in the testing stage. Sam is like, you're a beast. All right, awesome. Thanks, Sam. Mike, what is the lowest ROAS you would leave on after 3 days? So 2, if I'm getting a ROA of 2, then of course I'm going to start removing those versus the bigger ROAS, right? It all depends on your profitability and your profit margins. So if you're seeing that you're getting good profit margins on even 2 ROAS, keep it up. It's all about money in, money out at the end of the day, right? And right now we don't know what that money in, money out is right now because we're not at that stage yet. We're at the stage of let me find out what's working, all right? And that's what we're doing. I have number one, I don't know anything about fishing. I don't know anything about lures. I don't even I've done Boy Scouts when I was younger. I did fishing and all that stuff, but I don't remember any of that. There's all kinds of stuff in fishing I don't even know about. What I do know is what Facebook is telling me. And Facebook is telling me what's best. And I do know my numbers. I know that if I spend this much, I need to make this much. If I have this product here, and this is the price of the product, I can afford to have this much here. So in this case, I have a margin of about $6. So I cannot spend anything more than $6 to get a customer. Okay, so that's the whole point here. I can't spend more than $6. Each niche is going to be different, of course, right? Your niche is going to be different because you might have different products. But you just basically you basically work, and you're flexible. You work around that. What days are your worst or best days? So that all depends here, Zishan. The best days, based on niche. Okay, so for example, I have niches where I'll give you one for example. 45 to 64 females. They work best Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. Tuesdays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday starts dying down. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I start scaling up. Okay, so these days here I would start scaling up. What will you increase the ad set budgets to after 3 days if the rows are higher than 2? Okay, so if the rows are higher than 2, it all depends on the charts. Okay, so the graphs. Yeah, take a look at the graphs. So go back and see your graphs. If your graphs are looking steady and you're making sales steady, then you can increase your budget. But if your graphs are so like wonky and it's like up and down, you don't know where it's going, then I would not scale it yet because it's not at the moment. It's not at a moment where you can scale. It's not there yet. You want your graph to be very, very steady and consistent. Once it's consistent, then you can start to scale. Okay, Mike, would you leave all the 1.5 ROAS that are breaking even after product cost, but they get you sales and build your email list? So yeah, if you have 1.5 ROAS that are breaking even after product cost, but they get you sales and build up your email list, that's fine, as long as it's building up your email list, right? Because your email list over time, you have to take in consideration your LTV, your long-term value of a customer. So how much is that customer? If you get if I get 100,000 buyers for technically free, right? Those 100,000 buyers, maybe about 10,000 of them, maybe even 5,000 of them will buy again. So that's another 5,000 multiplied that by, let's say, $30. You're adding another $150,000 into your overall margins. Okay, so small margins like that make a huge difference, especially when you're working with volume and big numbers. Okay, so could you show me the graphs you were speaking of? Yeah, Reagan. So all you do is you click on View Charts. Okay, and right here you're going to see the graph. So you're going to go like lifetime, and then you're going to see the graph. I went over this through the previous sessions, but you're going to see the graph, whether or not it's like steady or not. If it's steady, then yeah, that's when you start to increase it. If it's up and down and wonky, then you do not increase it. You do not scale that yet. It's not at a stage where you can scale. Because when you scale, it's going to go wonky again, right? You want it to go steadily up, a rising graph. When you see a rising graph, then you know you got yourself a winner. Otherwise, revise your product and go back to the beginning. Thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome, Reagan. Okay, Viri, what do you guys mean with 1.5 ROAS? How is that translated? So ROA means for every dollar you spend, you make back. It's ROA is return on ad spend. Okay, so for example, this one right here, 456 ROA means that if I spend a dollar, if I spend a full dollar, it's going to make me $456 every single time I spend a dollar on Facebook ads. Return on ad spend. When you put in a dollar, how much you're going to make back. That's what your ROA is. Instead of testing, duplicating, and testing another 10 ad sets, can you do a 15% budget increase every 24 hours? Yes, you can. Yep. You can increase your budgets by 15%, 15 to 20% every 24 hours, 24, 48 hours. Didn't get the lowercase interest more targeted. Okay, so Shashi, basically the lowercase interest, you're going to find them here and there. It's kind of just like finding like a rare Mentos or something inside a bag of Mentos or whatever, right? You're going to find them here and there. All that means is that it's just a little bit more targeted, so you can try those out. It's nothing to make a big deal about. It's just a little bit more precise. Okay, so let's take a look here. Let's go ahead and refresh this, and let's see if we have some traffic here. Okay, we're gonna know if we have traffic once we see that bar. Okay, not yet. But once we see this advertising bar right here, we're going to know that traffic has started. Okay, but so far, not yet. So maybe in the next session, next Thursday or something, I can show you guys the results. But it looks like it didn't start yet. Okay. Now, if I don't see any results today, if I don't see any sales today, after 30 different ad sets, let's actually refresh this. I think it's like 50 now. Okay, so out of 40 different ad sets, so $120. If I don't see any sales today, then I know that this product might not be very good, right? Because we know that the actual store is optimized. Okay, so head over here. Oh, one other thing as well that I didn't do is a review. Okay, the review app. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go into our fishing store. Okay, we're going to go to the AliExpress. And let's see if this is the actual product. Okay, 1,000 orders, good. We're going to copy this link, and we're going to go back into our products. Okay, right here. RideView makes it super easy. I actually prefer it over AliExpress now. So you put this link here, hit Get Now, okay, and it's going to propagate the reviews for you. Okay, and then you can actually go ahead and like edit these reviews and everything else like that. So let me just take a look here. Let's make sure, yeah. And then you can edit the reviews there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to refresh this. Okay, let's go back to our actual product here. Okay, and at the very bottom here, we should start seeing it propagate. Now, if not, we might have to install the RiveView code here. So let me find it first. You guys have any other questions so far? Let me just find this code so I can show you guys how to install RiveView. Where is this? How to install RiveView. All right, questions. All right. What's the highest amount you would spend on PPE? So PPE, I just started out at $50, and I won't spend anything more than that. Okay, so here we go. So RiveView. Okay, so we're gonna copy this. So let me go over that question here in a second, Phoebe. So let's go ahead and install RiveView. Okay. So we have here our code. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to our online store. We're going to go to themes, edit code, and then go to product.liquid. Okay, and then we're just going to place it somewhere. Let's see if I have any reviewed apps here. Shopify Ali review. Okay, so we're going to just put that right there. Save that. Okay, now we're going to go back here, hit refresh, and it should show up. All right, where is it? There it is. Okay. Now I don't want it here. I want it more within. Now let's actually take a look if it's on a mobile phone. Okay, so it looks all right on a mobile phone. So that's fine. But typically, what I would want it is I would want it inside of like a what do you call it, wide form. So what you can do is you can actually do this. Let's go back here. Let's take this right here. I know a lot of you guys are not technical. Neither am I. So we're just going to paste it right here, see what happens, right? We're going to do the good old see what happens thing in terms of code. Okay, now where did it go? Okay, so if it's not showing up there, then we're going to go back and try to edit that again. Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect. So now it showed up perfectly, right? So we took it from up here and just brought it down here outside of another div code. So that worked out really, really good. And we can see here people who actually posted images as well. Okay, so that's really good. So now it works. Okay, so now we have our stores optimized. We have our scarcity countdown timer. We have the buy it now button is like nice and big. We have our thing right here. We have our basically address right there, contact info, and we have this social proof. So we have all the elements to a converting store. Okay, so we know our store is good. Now, one other thing that we can do is we can actually change this image here. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to find an image that looks a little bit better than what we have here. Okay, so we have, look at this. So we have all these different images here. So what we can do is we can actually start downloading these images. Okay, so let's take a look at this one right here. Let's download like a really nice looking, this one right here. Okay, so let's save that image. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go back and put this image inside of our variant. So the reason why we do this is so that when they open up their store, they're going to see in big bold letters. And I'm going to show you how what that means. They're going to see in big bold letters, free fishing lure. Okay, so we're going to go into addtext.com, all right? And we're going to scroll, put that there, post that there, and we're going to call this free fishing lures. Now, you can also use something like Canva to do this. Doesn't necessarily have to be specifically this. Free fishing lures. Okay, let's do that. Boom. Okay. 70 font download. Boom. Okay. Now we're going to replace that image here with this one here. So we're going to add this image. We're going to go to, where was this? Downloads, I believe. Okay. Now we're going to put this right here, and the image order is saved. Okay, so now whenever we refresh this page, it should show up. There it is. Okay. Now another thing we can do is we can also add more images if we wanted to. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these images here. Okay, this is just to help you increase conversions as well. So we're going to take this, save this. Okay, and save that just so they can see what it looks like, right? We're going to take those images there. Save that. Oh, and we also forgot to mention that this is a 4-piece. Okay, product comes with all 4 lures. Okay. I'm going to make this red. Okay, and then we're going to add some more emojis. Just to spice it up a little bit. Okay, and we're going to say, use that fire emoji. I love using this right here. Hit copy. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Product comes with all 4 lures. Or let's say each order comes with all 4 lures. Okay? And we can also say 4 pieces. Okay, and we're going to say limit to 3 orders per customer. Okay, make that big one big as well. And we're going to put this in probably like dark green or something like that. Okay. All right. Now we can also add some more images on here, just like what we were like I was mentioning before. So I'm going to take these images that we have here, and I'm going to add them down. We can add them down there, or you can add them inside of your actual image here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add them here because we don't want all of that. Oops. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, so any other questions, guys? All right. Fishing lures, delete that. We already have that image. Okay, delete the images that you already have because you don't want to be redundant either. Okay, then let's go ahead and take social proof right here. Okay, here's another social proof right there. Social proof first. There we go. Okay, just kind of spread them out. Refresh that. Looks great, right? And then, of course, when they're scrolling through the mobile phones, etc., they can see all these images. Looks great. Okay, so our store is ready, right? Our store is ready. We have the descriptions. Basically, we have all these images. We have the social proof. Everything is good to go. Okay, so we know our store is good. We know our ad copy is good. Now we just have to test out our targeting. Okay, so the fourth element is our product. If our product works, then we know all the other 3 elements work. We know that our store is optimized. We know that our targeting is optimized. We know that our Facebook ad is optimized. Now we have to find out if our product works. That's the last missing element. If it doesn't work, don't be spending $8,000 and because you love this product because you're gonna just try to push it. Don't do that. If the product doesn't work, then scrap it and just try something else. Okay. You're not gonna find that every single product out there is going to work. Okay. For me, it's about like a 5% win rate. So as you can see, all the work that was put into this one product, Okay, we created all these different ad sets. We created the ad copy, every single thing. All this work put into this one product, that basically is what you're going to do for every single product out there that they're going to work on. Okay, kind of crazy to think about it, but each product that you're launching, you can have this as a full-time job, right? Facebook ads all day long, creating products, launching different products. It's going to take you like maybe an hour or two to create a product, launch a product, create the ad copy, get the video, everything else all ready and put together. Okay, but I would recommend that you do this because by the time Q4 starts coming around the corner, you're going to try to want to promote as many products as you can. You're going to try to promote hundreds of different products because that's a time where everyone is in a buying frenzy, just like buying mood. As a matter of fact, Black Friday and Cyber Monday are the two biggest sales dates in the entire U.S. For e-commerce as well. Okay, so I want you guys to be ready for them. And by then, you're going to be able to sell all these different products as well. Okay, and you're going to have a clear-cut path to knowing how to do that with this video here. So Zishan, if you have a performing 15,000 engagement audience, can you scale it up from $3 a day budget? Yeah, so it all depends. Like, you remember how I told you the analogy of a 1-year chef and a 10-year chef, right? It all depends. There's not a one-size-fits-all. Just because you guys are kind of shouting out data, it all depends because number one is your product optimized. Number two is your store optimized. There's all these different factors to it, right? Now, if you're telling me that your graphs look really, really good, then yeah, of course you can scale. But if your graphs are not looking very good and it's not steady sales, it's not consistent sales, then it's probably something wrong with your product and something that you don't want to promote and scale. Because when you do scale, you're going to end up having a bad day and you're not going to have a lot of sales. So you only want to promote the products that are winning. So every element has to be perfect. Not really perfect, but it has to be there. Okay, number one, you have to have the right product. Okay, without the right product, everything else fails. Number two, you have to have the optimized store, just like what we did here. Okay, optimize the store. It doesn't have to be super flashy and all this, as long as it has these elements here: social proof, scarcity. We have some scarcity here as well. While they last, right? Pages pay for shipping, and then we have the trust badges. As long as it has all of these elements, and then we have the contact us right here. Okay, as long as it has all these elements, you're good to go. Number three, your Facebook ad, is it optimized properly? Number four, your targeting. Okay, if you suck at targeting, don't worry, because this one right here, if you're going to create like 40, 50 different targets, you're going to find out really fast which ones are going to work. Okay, you're going to find out which ones out of these 40 are going to work. So out of these 40, I'm going to guess at least 2 of them are going to be winners. Now it all depends back. It all goes back. It all relies on the product. If your product is no good, then everything else will fail. Okay, that's why it's very important that you guys go through the whole product research selection sheet, because if that product is no good, it's not going to work. Okay, period. It's not going to work. Like, don't push it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if it does work, then keep scaling it. Okay, and then keep doing your upsells. Keep optimizing. And that's the only secret. There's really no secret. The secret is just finding the right product. Okay, at what point do you decide a product needs to be completely turned off, not a winning product? So with my formula, with the 10 ad sets, after 300, 400 bucks. With this formula right here, if I'm doing 100 different ad sets, I'm going to spend 300 bucks really, really fast. I'm going to get data really, really fast, but I'm going to let it run for maybe 3 days, okay, because now I'm going to get more and more data. So it's the same thing as you saying that, okay, run this ad for 10 days. It's almost like the same thing, right? If yes, what budget would be good? So yeah, it all depends on your budget. So if you want to go from if you know that your graphs is steady, let's say it's at $3 a day, right? And I'm making sales consistently and it's very, very steady. Then of course, I'm probably gonna increase it from $3 to maybe 10 bucks, to maybe 20, to maybe 50, to maybe $100. Okay, so you base that on your data, on your graphs. It's all 100% based on your graphs. And then also 100% based on your product as well. If you scale it up and there's not enough interest in it, there's not enough traction with this product, and people are saying that they like it but they're not buying, then you have a problem because you're just scaling up. You're just basically throwing money out the window. You don't want to do that. You want to find your graph first. If your graph is consistent and it's constantly sending you traffic at X amount CPA, then you know you can scale it up. Because if you scale it up, you go from a $3 a day budget when you're getting sales at 20 cents to maybe like and consistent sales at 20 cents every single day for the next 2 weeks, and then you scale it up to $100, you're going to get somewhat related to that 20 cents. It's going to eventually go back and try to hit that original CPA as well, because the same traffic is just increasing your volume. That's all it is, right? So Sam, I got the right view guys to help me install it. They were super cool with it. Okay, so if you don't know how to install RiveView, you can do that. Otherwise, you can just use the code that I just kind of pulled up and just Googled how to install RiveView, and then it comes up with the code. You can use that. Nate, I mixed up the time zone. Okay. Did I miss the email marketing series discussion? No, not yet. So that's probably for another session. Email marketing is like another long training session. Okay, so if there are no sales the first day, it means it's not a winner product. And if the product three sales first day, but after 2 days no sales, what do we need to do? Okay, so that's a pretty good question. So like you have 3 sales the first day, and then the next 2 days you had no sales. So what I would do is I would let it run. Instead of 3 days, let it run 5 days. Instead of 5 days, let it run for a whole 2 weeks. Okay, because in 2 weeks you're going to find out your data. You're going to find out what's working inside of your data. Just like professional stock market people, professional data analysts, professional what are these people called? People that work with big data, actuaries. Okay, just like those people out there, their job is to look at data. Kind of like the same way I'm training you guys how to do this, is to take a look at your data. It's not based on like, okay, I got like 3 sales today and then I had no sales the next 2 days. It's not based on that. Take a look at how much did you spend. Is it enough relevant spending to be able to determine that this is truly a winner and this isn't a winner? Okay. If you spend for a whole 2 weeks, then yeah, you're going to find out if it's going to work or not. If you spend it for just like 3 days and you're expecting like really fast results at low budgets, it's not going to work because you're still in the small stages. Versus someone who spent, let's say, $30,000 on advertising, okay, on this one product, and they have all of this data in front of them. Of course, they're going to see the spikes. They're going to see what's working for them. They're going to focus on those spikes. But if you don't have enough data, you don't have enough reach, you don't have enough people reached on Facebook, you don't have enough sales, then you can't really make any assumptions or any determinations whether or not this is a winner or this is not a winner. You have to let it run for a little bit more. You have to season that pixel. Okay, that's the whole point here, is seasoning that pixel. And so going back to the formula, that formula is a surefire, solid way. Let me pull up that formula again. Okay, this formula here is a surefire way to help those that have those type of questions. When do I stop? When do I start? How do I know if it's a winner? This is exactly how you know if it's a winner. Okay, if you're running 10 ad sets, okay, in order to get to 300, 400 bucks, you're running 10 ad sets at $3 per day, for example. You're going to run this ad set, this whole entire thing, for 10 days to even get to $300. Okay, so for 10 to 13 to 14 days, you're gonna run this thing until you hit $300, $400. How do I know if it's a winner? Once you spend 300, 400 bucks. Okay, because you have enough data by that time. You're gonna have enough data to know that is this truly a winner or is it a loser? Okay, 95% of the time, if you have not researched your product beforehand, and if you haven't found out that it's a winner beforehand, you're going to end up having a bad day. If you try to go out there and you try to find the product on AliExpress, just because it has a lot of sales does not mean it's going to work on Facebook. Maybe someone is selling this to their own family members, right? Maybe someone is selling this on eBay. Maybe someone is selling this on Amazon. Maybe someone is selling it in the a Russian market, an Italian market, an Indian market, a Chinese market, an Australian market. Maybe they're selling it within a flea shop, right, or a flea market, whatever it is. You cannot base your decision based on AliExpress as much as if you were to base it on Facebook. AliExpress will show you how many sales it's made. Okay, it's not going to show you if it's going to work on Facebook. That's up to you to go out there and decide and find out if it's working on Facebook. What we're doing here is Facebook marketing. So of course you're going to want to go on Facebook to find out what's working. You don't want to go on AliExpress to find out what's selling because you're going to find different data. You want to go on Facebook to find out what's selling so that you can find out exactly what that market likes. It's kind of funny too. Facebook and Instagram are two different platforms, but they also have two different types of buyer mentalities. People on Facebook tend to buy things that people on Instagram won't buy. People on Instagram might buy things that people on Facebook won't buy. Okay, so two different markets. You have to test that out. It's actually pretty surprising to me over the past 6 months to find that out as well. Like people actually, like for example, Instagram is really good for brand name clothing and things like that. Versus, and once you start building up that relationship with your customers on Instagram, versus Facebook where it's like a lot of quirky things and maybe clothing brands as well, but it's more of like the stuff that you don't see in stores type of thing, right? So Facebook works really well with that, and of course if you do a presentation style like video, it works really well. So let's go here and see what other questions. So Nate, sorry if you mentioned this, can you cover the email segments? Yeah, so I'm not doing email segments today, Nate. That's going to be on like another session. And email segments and everything else like that, that's a whole other marketing video. Okay, and I also did more of those, a few of those Klaviyo emails in the previous sessions. So just watch those sessions. I did the whole segments and everything else like that. What minimum ROAS would you cut ad sets that aren't sustainable? Do you anything less than 1.4, similar like that? I can't really tell. I can't really say for you because it's not one size fits all. You have to find out what your ROAS are. Okay, so if you're spending $1.40, you're spending $1, you're making $1.40. Are you making money with that? Are you building a list with that? If you're not doing any of those, then of course it doesn't make sense to keep going. Right? Unless you're building a list with it, then keep it going, even though you're losing money. If you're not making any money with it or not building a list with it, then it doesn't make sense to keep it going, right? So it's all based on what you want to do. Quick question. Okay, I duplicated an ad set, ROAS 5 and up with 10 sales on a specific age and demo. After duplicating with the specified age ranges, it hasn't made a sale after the $20 spend. Should I shut this one off? Yeah, so shut it off, and then what you can do is you can actually try to duplicate it again. Okay, you'd be surprised if you duplicate the second time, maybe with a different budget, like $10 budget, it might work even better. Okay, that's what I mean with this is what I mean. This is a good example right here from Zishan. He had 10 sales in a specific age range, let's say 25 to 35, right? 10 sales, and after duplicating that to $20, let's say you're at $10 a day, duplicate it to $20, you receive no sales on a $20, right? $20. Why? Because like I mentioned to Renaud before, right? Your graph is not steady. It's not consistent. If it's not showing consistent sales, it's still wonky and up and down and up and down. 10 sales is not really going to determine whether or not you can scale or not. What's going to determine that is if your CPA still stays the same and and it's like a gradual slope, right? And the numbers keep going up and up and up and up and up over time, then you know you can scale that. Otherwise, if it's going like this and this and this and this and this, and it's like going up and down, then you can't really scale it because it's still in that stage where it's still trying to figure out who these buyers are. And the algorithm is still trying to figure out. It's the machine. Okay, Facebook is a machine. So you're telling Facebook what to do. And if Facebook does not know what to do, it's going to be confused. So Facebook has basically an AI in the back end. It's basically to help us. As a matter of fact, it's kind of funny because I believe like a few weeks or even a few months ago, Facebook shut down their artificial intelligence because they were actually becoming too smart. And that's in the world that we live in nowadays of artificial intelligence. Okay, Bodan, are you running ads for 2 or 3 different products from the same Facebook page or the same website? Yes. So as long as it's related. as long as it's relevant. Okay. I've been struggling to increase my overall ROAS from 1.2 to 1.3 overall. So I have 50 ad sets where 14 are 2 rows. Some what should I do? So if that's the case, then it might be your targeting. And if it's not your targeting, you tried hundreds of different ad sets, then it's probably your product. Okay, don't push if it's not gonna sell very well. Did you talk about the cash generating activities? So yeah, not yet. So I realized that today it's probably not a good time to do that, just because I wanted to show you guys this first. We'll probably do that next session. You're building a list, but it's break even at 1.4x. So yeah, it might just be the product there, Nate. Okay. So Mike, for the lookalike audiences, how many purchases would you start? The 3-day, 7-day, 14-day, etc. Is 1,500 purchases enough? Oh yeah, that's more than enough. Also, can I do a lower budget to test them out at $5 or just $20 a month? It depends on how much your reach is. Okay, so if you have, let's say, if you have like 100,000 people that you need to reach in terms of retargeting, then a $5 a day budget is not really gonna like do a lot of damage as much as a $20 a day. Now, if you're doing a retargeting, you can also do a PPE ad for your retargeting, because the PPE ad is the same thing as a WC ad in terms of retargeting, but the PPE ad is going to be retargeting a lot wider range of people at a lot lower cost. For example, if you have 10,000 at the carts, okay, instead of running a WC ad, website conversion ad, you run a PPE ad to that 10,000 people who added to cart. Why? Because PPE is the same exact method of reaching out to these people. Website conversion is going to be a little bit more picky, but PPE is going to be the same exact method, but it's a lot cheaper to reach all of them. Okay, now another thing you can do is, let me show you here. So if you click on edit, okay, edit your post, and let's say you duplicate this. And let's say you duplicate it, and then you say, right here, where it says optimization and delivery, instead of going for conversions, you can go for daily unique reach. Now take a look at what's going to happen here. 170 to 800 people, right? If you go to daily unique reach, it's going to reach more people with the same amount of budget at $3 a day. Okay, $3 a day is going to reach 2,900 to 18,000 people. Okay, you guys catching here? So let's say you have $10 a day, okay, or let's say you have $3 a day, and you have 10,000 at the carts. They're all the same people. They're all at the cart people. Instead of doing conversions, which you're only going to reach about 170 to 800 people, would you rather, for a $3 a day, would you rather spend your $3 and reach 3,000 to 18,000 people? You guys catching there? Mike is like, wow. Okay, put a wow in the box if you guys did not even know about that. I mean, you guys are going to learn a lot of stuff here. Okay, Mike is like, can you please explain? Phoebe's like, wow, Doug, wow. Zishan, wow. So optimized for at the carts. Not really at the carts. So wow, do you not recommend retarget app or shoelace? You can do retarget app or shoelace. It just makes it easier. But for professionals, and you've gone through all the training, right? You don't need to do retarget app or any of this. You retarget using your own ad account. Retarget app and shoelace are for people that don't know how to retarget, and they want a simple way to do it. But you guys know how to do this more effectively, okay? So here, okay, explain further, okay? So let's, don't save. Okay, so explain further. So here's what's gonna happen, right? Let's say we have this one right here. $3 a day, okay? Got that, $3 a day. Now let's duplicate this. And when we duplicate this, now let's say we duplicate like 10 of them, whatever, right? But this works really good if you have at the carts, purchases, any type of retargeting. It won't work very well. Do not, okay, disclaimer, warning. Do not do this for interests that you're just testing out. You're going to have a bad day. You're not going to make any sales. For interests that you're testing out, like this one right here, for example, you're going to want to do exactly what we just did, okay? Purchase conversions. Now, for this type of thing, what you want to do is for retargeting only. Okay, why? Because it's almost the same thing as like PPE. Okay, why? Because instead of optimizing for conversions, we're telling Facebook to optimize for daily unique reach. We'll deliver your ads to people up to once a day. Okay, so let's say you have 10,000 add to carts, people who add it to cart but never purchase. Okay, so your targeting would be add to carts, never purchased. Okay, initiate checkout the past 30 days. People who initiate checkout the past 30 days, let's say you have 10,000 of those people. You're not going to target anything, right? You're only going to target initiate checkout past 30 days and exclude your buyers. Okay, so let's exclude our purchasers. Okay. Now, let's say the estimated results are like 10,000, for example, right? I'm just giving you an example, but let's go back into I don't know, whatever. Let's remove this. Okay, so let's say you have 130,000 at the carts. Okay. Now, they're the same exact people versus doing conversions. When you base it off conversions, Facebook is just going to reach out to 180 to 790 people. Okay, put that in your mind, 180 to 790 people. But if you optimize this delivery for daily unique reach, for the same $3 budget, Facebook is going to be able to reach 4,200 to 11,000 people for the same $3 budget. Okay? Put a boom in the chat box if that just like blew your mind right there. Mike is like, what? Deshaun, boom, 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 shaka laka laka. Sam is kaboom. Gilad, boom. Awesome, good. Yeah, so that's what's going to happen there, right? You're going to be able to reach more people with a less amount of ad spend. That means if you had 10,000 people, let's say you had 10,000 people, for $3 a day, you can reach all 10,000 people. It's still the same ad, right? It's just Facebook is being less picky with who they're going to target. Because if you base this on conversions, they're going to be a little bit more picky. They're going to reach out to those people, but they're going to be a little bit more picky, and your CPM is going to be a lot higher. This one right here, Facebook just doesn't care who they reach out to. They're just going to blast it out. Okay. Okay, so Nate, do you separate campaigns for all retargeting in the US? Yep. I separate all of them. If you have a good ad set on website conversion, can you try a click to website campaign for that same target to reduce your CPC and get more ROAS on it? You can try it for link clicks, right? You can try this, but basically it's not going to be going for conversions. This works really, really well if you're either doing impressions or daily unique reach. This works really, really well in terms of your add to carts and your retargeting pixels. It works very well with that. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, so what should we do? Should we launch the lookalike audiences for 3, 7, 14 days for add to cart and initiate checkout and purchases? Yeah, so launch all of those. But if they're lookalike audiences, you don't want to do daily unique reach. You want to do based on conversions, right? Because the lookalike, the actual audiences for, like, let's say add to cart, initiate checkout, purchases, etc. That's already a static number. That's already a list that you already have. And whether or not you reach them or not, it doesn't matter. That's already a list that you have. The other stuff, the lookalike audiences, you want Facebook to learn. You want the machine to learn who your buyers are, because your lookalike audiences are dynamic. It's just going to keep going and refreshing, and it's going to keep going. Okay, this makes sense. For that unique daily reach objective, yeah, so you would do it based on conversions. All right. Cool. All right, so let's see if we can refresh this and see if our ad is running. Now, I really wanted to see if this ad can get us some sales. I will update you guys though. Okay, there we go. So we have 40 people reached, 1 organic. Okay, so that means they've either shared it or shared it with their friends or whatever. So 1 organic. Let's take a look at what our ads are saying. Let's leave this page. go to today. Okay, so we have our 40 ad sets. It might still take some time for Facebook to like, get us some data here. So yeah, it's going to take some time. So we don't have any data yet because it's like super fresh, right? Maybe in a few hours or maybe like later tonight, I can let you guys know what the results are. But if this doesn't work, then it's definitely the product. Then the product doesn't work, right? We just have to keep finding new products. So we have these other products opened here as well. Like look at this one right here. We have to take a look at also what they're saying. If people are saying that they don't like this, it doesn't work, then it's not going to work, right? So that's the whole point of this. Okay, so put a boom in the chat box if you guys learned something today. Do you still put purchase for the pixel for Gilad? Yes, you can do that as well. You can optimize for purchase pixels, but you're just doing more reach. Okay. Deshaun, boom. Nate, boom. Reagan, boom. Sam, boom. Doug, boom. Okay, Mike. Just to clarify, the lookalike audiences that are 3-7 days, those are the ones we need to run with the conversion. Yes, conversion objective. The time that you would run the daily unique is only for at the carts and purchase audience, and not lookalikes. Correct. Yep. Correct, because you don't want to run those and tell the machine that I just want junk traffic. Okay, you're running the daily unique reach objective so that you can actually reach everyone inside of that specific list that you have for a lot lower price. Tashi, boom. Okay, boom. Good stuff, Teo. Thanks, Zishan. All right, awesome. Fury, learned a lot. Ray, boom. Hey, Ray, how's it going? I didn't see you there. All right. Cool, great, guys. Everyone who's joined this webinar has stayed until the end, which is tremendous. You guys are awesome. You made the effort to stay and learn something and learn something new. So I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you guys are learning. Like I said, every single session you're going to learn something new. Okay, I guarantee you. Like you guys learned something new today about daily unique reach. Okay, you guys learned something new about product launches, right? Launching products and 40 ad sets, and let's recap. What else did we learn? We learned about, yeah, I guess that was it. There's a bunch of things that we learned today. Okay, so you suggest $3 is a good ad set budget for testing? Yes. Would you convert that $3 to New Zealand dollars for budget in my ad account, which is in New Zealand? You can. Yep, you can do that, Reagan. Renaud, thanks. You're so awesome. You're very welcome, Renaud. Yeah, welcome to the mastermind as well. I know you're new. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. There's going to be more. And once it's, like I said, Q4 is coming up. I want you guys to crush it. Okay, go out there, crush, make some numbers, make some numbers happen. And I hope you guys learned something new here. And like I said, launch new ad sets. Keep launching more ad sets. That's a way for you to get to success. Is you're not. It's not like you can just go out there, launch a few ad sets, refresh your page, and see if money comes in. You got to proactively be out there. You got to go check your ads, see what your ads are doing. Go check your comments. Go check your replies. You got to do a lot of things. There's a lot of things to do. Go launch new products if you're bored. Go, if you don't have anything else to do instead of refreshing your page and seeing if there are sales. Go launch new products. Go launch new ad sets. Okay, even at $1 ad set, you can go. The minimum is $1. You can go all the way down to $1 and launch ads. Now that you have this, which you can also do, is you can duplicate this. Okay, duplicate this campaign, and then in Power Editor, change your country. Okay, you can keep everything the same, but you just edit everything like I showed you, right? Like you would go in here, you would duplicate it, and then you have another 40 ad sets in a different country. Okay, you can go in here, duplicate this, boom. Once it's duplicated, you go in and edit all of this, and all you have to do is just change one variable. Okay, and you change the country variable. Now you have 40 different ad sets in another country. Now you're running 80 ad sets. Okay, all right. So you're running 80 different ad sets in using the same exact interests. Okay, there's a bunch of ways that you.
Hey, my name is Mercedes Morfin, and I like to go by Nina. And I just want to take a few minutes to share my story with you. I'm actually a real estate agent in Georgia, and that was pretty much, my life showing property, helping people buy, their dream house, and writing contracts. And that's a great business, and I love it. However, it did take a lot of time away from my family, and I've always looked for something. I am always looking for something that would give me a little bit more freedom so that I can be with my family. And with that being said, one day I came home from work and my husband had a YouTube video up, and he said, "You gotta check out this guy." And it was Theo Vanjo, and he was just going through a training video, and I immediately, got engaged. I said, "What? You can make that kind of money online?" And he was showing proof of it, that this was real. So I immediately got engaged with all of his videos, and I joined his mastermind training, and it was the best decision that I could have made. This business is very complicated, so it's important to understand every piece of it, and it's great to have a nice group of people that you can ask questions to, and then they would answer your questions. In Dale's training video, every time I watch it, I get something out of it, and I make more money. And he's just packed with content and strategies, and he shows you his accounts, and he goes into it, and he really genuinely pours his heart out into these training. You could feel it. He really wants us to, to be successful, and you can tell in every aspect of his training. They're gold. I don't know what else to say about that. Also, he does store reviews, so he reviewed my store. And it was so funny because when he was actually reviewing my store, I got one of my biggest order, which was like $200, right then and there. So I'm very grateful for his training, for everything that he's put together. It's really helped me out. And I need to show you because I know that